Maresca's build-up ideas are pure genius. Every player knows how to find the free man using their favorite third man combinations. From there, they look to attack the space between the lines, and the striker has the technical ability to drop and receive these diagonal balls. Also, the midfielders are technically good to manipulate the press and find the free man. So, Chelsea primarily use two systems in the build-up. They may use Casado as the single pivot, while Enzo becomes the left-sided midfielder and the right-sided midfielder is a variable. During the build-up, these midfielders are tasked to move in their respective half spaces. In the second system, Chelsea will form a double pivot using Enzo and Casado, while the right-sided midfielder will act as an attacking midfielder who has that freedom to roam around in both half spaces. This one is used only when he has either Palmer or any other attacking midfielder in the team. If they are not available, he may also use Pedro as that roaming attacker, while a traditional centre forward will act as the striker. Since that typical striker is unavailable, Maresca is currently sticking on to a single pivot system. Every opposition will mark this half space midfielders and they won't be allowed to become that free man. So the only player in the midfield will be Casado, and he can be found if the pressing is poor. To counter that, good teams will try to cover shadow him using their attacking midfielder. Wherever he may move, he will be covered by the attacking midfielder, and thus the centre back won't have easy passing lanes available to him. This means now opposition can't drop their winger to mark the left back, and they can mark all of Chelsea's progression options. Actually, this won't work as the keeper can bait the attacking midfielder to press, and then a simple pass to centre back is enough to find Casado. Here Enzo won't allow the centre midfielder to close down Casado. They executed this idea against Liverpool. So Liverpool is pressing with the striker and their attacking midfielder. Both Enzo and Gusto is pinning back Liverpool centre midfielders and the only free player is Casado. Though Szoboszlai was trying to block the pass to him, there was space available for Casado and he simply moved behind the attacking midfielder to break the press. Now opposition will try to stop this pass to Casado. The obvious solution is to stay tight to Casado. The attacking midfielder can man mark him wherever he go. This means all three midfielders are tightly marked and Chelsea can't progress through the central regions. But still the keeper can play any of the centre backs. If opposition close down the midfield, Chelsea will react by creating a 3 vs 1 overload against the striker. Now opposition has to at least push one player to press so that both centre backs can be trapped. As of now, area attacking player is being marked and the only free player is the left back. The intention of opposition will be to keep the left back in the winger's cover shadow. This means if the pass is played to the centre back, winger can close him down and the right back will follow up the press. The whole pressing block will shift and opposition can trap Chelsea using this idea. But again, Chelsea countered this idea by playing direct long ball to left back. In this sequence, every midfield option is marked along with the right back. The only free player is the left back. As seen in the tactical board, Chelsea can't play the nearest centre back as they will get trapped. So Sanchez played an overhead ball to Cucurella. Just look how much space has been created by this structure. But again, the opposition may get enough time to close down the left back as the aerial ball will take time to reach him. If that's the case, the left back will be trapped for sure. But here Cucurella was able to control the ball before being closed down. It's all because due to his excellent technical ability to receive aerial passes. This aspect of the game is often unnoticed. Here the technique decided the outcome of the tactical system. Both technique and tactic should work in harmony for the success of any team. Now Cucurella has the diagonal passing lane available to his striker, thanks to the space they created between the lines. They have bypassed all three midfielders who tried to block the central regions. So Chelsea has managed to make the opposition vulnerable by creating multiple 1v1 situations. This resulted in Pedro releasing Garnacho and they can easily score from the situation as Garnacho is a pacey winger. So in simple words, we can say that the tactical system created the space between the lines and the technical quality executed it perfectly. Now let's see another sequence. Here again all three midfielders and the right back is marked. Again, the only free option is Kukureya. He is free because the winger is tasked to keep track of the centre back, and this leaves the same space vacated. If you look closely, Graumberg is aware of Kukureya, but he is pinned by Enzo's position. If Salah decides to close Kukureya, the centre back will be totally free. Chelsea has exposed the whole pressing approach with their brilliant system. So the long ball is played, and Cucurella can easily play that same diagonal ball to Pedro, and Garnacho has that same 1v1 situation to utilize his space. But in this particular sequence, Cucurella decided to play it back, and Liverpool was able to reorganize this time. But again, the same space is available between the lines. Here the centre back has two options to progress. He can either play directly to the striker, who can then play to the left back, or else centre back may use the midfielder to execute a third man combination. The first option is a bit risky due to the length of the pass. The centre backs can easily intercept such lengthy passes, so he decided to use the midfielder to find the left back. Here we should appreciate how the system is making things easier for the players. Enzo is pressed by two players, and the manager isn't asking him to make a cheeky turn to beat them. Instead, he just needs to take a decent touch and beat the press using an immediate option available. So the whole point is to appreciate how the tactical system is making things easier for the individual player. It isn't asking him to do what he is not naturally capable of. Many top managers often neglect this simple concept. Now Kukre has the same diagonal pass available, but now the receiving player should be capable of winning his individual battle. Pedro is good in these situations, and he was able to make that separation from his marker. So once again, the technique complemented the tactical system. He was even able to beat the defender using a cheeky turn. The whole tactical system would be a big failure if the single player isn't suited for this role. So it's always this harmony that makes a team good in any aspect. One other thing we should appreciate is the intelligence of their fullback against Liverpool. Gusto is deployed as a midfielder here. As the striker dropped, Gusto recognized that he has to attack that hole in the backline, so he quickly made a run. This is really good positional intelligence from a fullback who is acting like a midfielder. This simple idea gives two options for the ball carrier, and the opposition is exposed. This build-up idea may not work if opposition decides to keep the winger a bit deep, so that centre back can directly play to left back. In this case, Chelsea will again go for that third man combination using the dropping striker. And it might fail as repeated usage of the same pattern will make it easier for the defenders to anticipate. So it's always better to go for the diagonal passes instead of those direct vertical passes. Now let's see a variation of this midfield structure. Here Enzo will be allowed to roam around, and Chelsea will form a double pivot. Now obviously the opposition will mark the double pivot, but the third midfielder will be in a dilemma. He has to choose whether to protect the central areas or to move wide to mark Enzo. By moving Enzo wide, Chelsea can have a natural 3 vs 2 overload against the centre midfielder and the right back. Now keeper can simply use this overload by playing a long ball. Here both Caicedo and Lavia is marked, and Enzo is wide. So Sanchez plays a perfect aerial ball to Enzo, and he used his technical ability to beat his marker. So once again, the player's technical quality decided the success of a tactical idea. So here Chelsea has maintained their attacking structure, and therefore they can utilize this press breaking moment. The same idea was used to score their winning goal against Liverpool. Here Enzo is wide, and both Lavia and Caicedo is again marked. As of now, opposition is marking all of the progression options, and the ball carrier will be closed down soon. So there is no tactical advantage as everyone is within the reach of opposition markers. But still there is a potential weakness in the opposition midfield. Since system isn't providing a solution, the individual player stepped up to solve it. It's a brilliant play from Caicedo to find the free man. And yeah, now they can attack that vulnerability. It's hilarious to see 3 players in blue ready to wreak chaos on the left. So the attack progressed to the final third and Liverpool reorganized. So as of now, the only gap is between the central defenders. So Liverpool reacted by closing the hole, and this opened another two gaps in the defense. And it's all due to the positional discipline of Chelsea's attacking trio. Here the left winger is pinning the right back, while right winger pinned the left back, and obviously both centre backs had to mark the striker. So all four defenders are engaged in their own duties, and thus Chelsea pushed an extra man to exploit it. Here Kukre becomes that free man because all four defenders were engaged by the attacking trio of Chelsea. Some people may argue that a midfielder should track Kukureya. Yeah, it's true, and in an ideal case, a centre midfielder should follow him. But this mistake should not minimize the role Maresca's disciplined system played in forcing that defensive error, and also the technical quality of Enzo to play such a pass decided the final outcome. So the whole point of the video was to show how Maresca is perfectly balancing tactics and technique to create a system where both thrives together. And yeah, like any system, it has its own flaws. But as of now, it's nearly impossible to press Chelsea.